The Thunder surprised us once this offseason for Paul George trade, and they're surprising some of us again. Here's the official trade: Enes, Kanter, Dougie McBuckets, and a second-round pick to the New York Knicks for Carmelo Anthony. This crazy NBA offseason just got even crazier. Is Russell Westbrook about to dance? Darn it, I missed it. But the Carmelo Anthony saga in New York has now ended, and he is now on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Knicks will be getting Enes, Kanter, Doug McDermott, and a second-round pick from the Thunder. And honestly, I don't think this is bad value for the Knicks. The rumor of the Rockets was for Ryan Anderson. This is much better value than Ryan Anderson. You're getting Kanter, who is another bad contract like Ryan Anderson, but he's better than Ryan Anderson. You're getting a young, solid scorer in Dougie McBuckets, as well as a second-round pick. Now, I do think the Thunder do benefit from this trade. They could have had Candace at before, but it's fine, because they do have bigs like Steven Adams. So Westbrook, George, and Melo, that's going to be a lethal big three. However, all of them are free agents in the summer. Don't know if they're going to have enough money to keep Melo, because Melo will definitely be their third priority behind Westbrook and George. Both Westbrook and George have player options, and I don't know if Melo does. I'm assuming they're all going to decline. I mean, Westbrook always accepts in 2K, but what does 2K know, right? And Paul George always declines, which makes sense. He's probably going to be looking for a max deal. Melo may look for a max deal as well. So the Thunder probably don't want to offer 3 max deals in one summer. 1 is a lot, and 2 is an extra lot, and then 3 is just extreme. That's almost $100 million of your cap space used on one summer for 3 players. So let's talk about the Thunder first. The Thunder do get better this year. What I'm thinking they may do is probably Paul George at shooting guard, and then Melo at small forward. Instead of Melo off the bench, it's Paul George with the N1. Paul George can play shooting guard, and that's what they might do. Maybe if one of them's not in the game, they could always have the other playing small forward as well. So just an idea. That's what I would do. And the Thunder do get better in a loaded Western Conference. If they're in the East, they may be my guess for finals. I think this team is better than the Celtics and arguably better than the Cavs. Arguably. Probably not, but arguably. But they're in the West, and it's much harder, and they're probably not going to make the finals, but I would not rule it out. They have Russell Westbrook, who's a top 4 player in the league, just won MVP last year. And with George and Melo, could always win it again. Because, I mean, his assists will definitely go up. He had 10 last year with crappy teammates. And now with 2 arguably all-stars? Yeah. The points may go down. The rebounds may go down. I mean, they did lose a big man in Kanter. Neither George or Melo are big men. And Kanter's a big man. Big man? No, big man. But I still think the Thunder will do better with this trade. I have them making it into the second round of the playoffs. I mean, I think the Spurs and Rockets are probably too good. Maybe they could probably have competition on the Spurs. I mean, it depends on how they flow. Westbrook, George, and Melo, they're all new teammates. As it was just Westbrook on this team last year, they added George and Carmelo Anthony in the offseason, and they've never played together. So the Thunder, I'm going to give them a B+. I think they benefit from this trade. I don't think it's great, but I think it does work out, especially if they can keep Melo long-term, maybe for not too much money, or not too long, and probably not offering him a no-trade clause. Would be a good idea, because, I mean, the Knicks probably could have got more for Melo. Not that this is a bad return and all, but I think they could have got a little more. Now let's talk about it for the Knicks. So Melo is under contract for 1 more year. He's probably going to leave. He said he was okay with staying with the Knicks, and it seemed like he wasn't going to get traded for like a while. And then Thursday, we started hearing a bunch of rumors come up again. Like we've heard him all summer. We've heard him longer than just this summer. We've heard him for a while. Man, Paul George is balling out. But we've heard these rumors for a while, and then they cooled down. And then, like, Thursday, I saw something that said Melo could get traded as earliest as Monday. And it seems like this trade will be official on Monday. I don't know if Melo's officially, like, waived his no-trade clause, but he has added the Cavs and the Thunder to teams who would be willing to join. Currently, it was just for Rockets. Now the Cavs and the Thunder. This is crazy. So let's talk about the New York Knicks. The Knicks are trying to tank in a bad Eastern Conference. If they wanted to, they could fight for a playoff spot. But That's obviously not the smart choice. They have Kristaps. They don't want to negative Kristaps' development with Melo. And now it's official that Kristaps is this team's guy. Who's their next best player? Enes Kanter, who they just got in this trade? Yeah. Maybe Frank Ntilikina if he has an insane rookie year, which I doubt, but who knows? Maybe he will. Anything's possible. Willie Hernan-Gomez, who had a really solid rookie year last year. I mean, who else could it be? Doug Mcdermott has a really good year? I don't know. Probably not Doug Mcdermott. But the Knicks, they do benefit from this trade. Enes Kanter's not on a great contract, but maybe someone who could just ride it out with him for a year or two. I don't know if he has one more year on his contract or two. I want to say he has 2 years, but he might have one. Not certain. But he's not insane. I would not be surprised if he started Hernan-Gomez over them. Or at least if I were him, I'd start Hernan-Gomez over Enes Kanter, because Hernan-Gomez is younger, has more potential. And also, he's not even on a big contract, which doesn't really have to do with starting players or anything. But he's younger, has more potential. I could see them always flipping Kanter to like a decent, like the Warriors for like a late first round pick. I don't know. No, the Warriors probably don't want Kanter because that's a lot of money. To a solid team for like a late first round pick, I don't know what Kanter's value really is. Kanter's a solid player, but he's on a big contract. He's not super young. He doesn't have a buttload of potential. He's probably not going to get much better. Roberson Roberson can't shoot. He's a good defender. Good defender, but can't shoot. But other than Kanter, who's a solid player, he could be their sixth man. He'd be a good sixth man. Bit of a big contract, but he could do it. Now there's also Doug Mcdermott, who may replace Melo as the starter. He reminds me a lot of Melo in a way. He's a very good scorer. At least he was in college. One of the greatest scorers in college history, technically. And that's really all he can do in the NBA. I'm not saying that's really all Melo can do, but that's by far Melo's biggest strength. And I think McDermott could be a solid player in New York. I'm not saying he could be great, but I'm saying he could be solid. Can Breeze make the shot? Yeah, let's do a shot. I'm going to say he could be like a very solid bench player long term. Might start this year, but obviously he's not a very long-term starter. He could be a good scorer off the bench that a lot of teams would love. If we're also getting a second-round pick out of this deal, probably not too big. I mean, next year in the second round, who are they going to draft? LiAngelo Ball? I mean, who could they draft? I don't know. Like, Devontae Graham? Michael Luyuk? Billy Preston? Isaac Bonga? Brandon McCoy? Isaac Bonga could be a good pick for them. Well, they have Talik in there. But still, Isaac Bonga could be a good pick. Sorry if I was kind of quiet there. I don't know why. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to give the Knicks an A-. I think both teams win. However, I do think the Knicks get a little better. However, it's not a bad trade for the Thunder by any means. I still do think the Thunder do win from getting Carmelo Anthony, who's better than Kanter by a lot. So that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.